Hi everyone, thanks for visiting my channel Crocheting Around My Kitchen Table. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when I upload a new video tutorial. This video tutorial is for my Create Your Own Monster Cauldron. I will be using a 4-ply worsted weight yarn, but this pattern can be used with any yarn of your choice. I have suggested hook sizes for use with any yarn in the description box below. The colors I will be using are I Love This Yarn in Orchid, and Caron Simply Soft Party in Silver Sparkle. With worsted weight yarn, I will be using a G+ 4.5mm or US size 7 hook. Gauge isn't important with this pattern, so you can adjust the hook to any yarn of your choice for the size of cauldron you'd like. You will need filler, polyfill stuffing, or scrap yarn. Personally, I like to use both. You will need a needle and a pair of scissors. Optional items, I highly recommend a stitch marker of your choice to mark the rounds. Any embellishments of your choice to decorate the cauldron, like safety eyes, wiggle or googly eyes, extra yarn to embroider facial features. I'm using a couple of novelty buttons. Also a keychain if you plan on making the finished cauldron into a keychain item. To begin, I will make a magic ring, circle, or adjustable ring. If you prefer, you can use a chain 4 ring or circle. I will demonstrate both for beginners in the next 2 video clips. If you already know how to make these, choose your preferred method and go to the timestamp marked round 1 in the description box below. I will meet you there. To make a magic ring, I will hold the yarn tail in my left hand, wrap the working yarn around my 2 fingers. I will wrap the yarn a second time while crossing over the first loop to make an X. I will take my hook, place it under the right loop, over the left loop, grab the left loop, and bring it under the right loop. Give it a twist so it doesn't come off the hook. I will carefully slide the ring I made off my fingers, wrap the working yarn in my tension hand, tighten that little loop on the hook, chain 1, and I'm ready to begin round 1. To make a chain 4 ring or circle, I will begin by making a slip knot. This is just how I make mine. I take the yarn tail and wrap it around my finger twice, making 2 loops. I take the left loop and bring it over the right loop, and take the left loop again and bring it over the right loop, this time going around my finger, creating this knot. I pull the yarn tail to tighten the knot. I take the loop and place it on the hook and pull on the working yarn to tighten the loop on the hook. I chain 4, that's yarn over and pull through the loop on my hook, making 1 chain. I'm going to do that 3 more times. 2, 3, and 4. In the 4th chain from the hook, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to place 1 slip stitch. That's insert my hook into the chain, yarn over, bring it through the chain, and bring it through the loop on my hook. And I have made a chain 4 ring or circle, and I'm ready to begin round 1. Round 1. Now whether you use a magic circle or a chain 4 circle, please be sure to crochet around the yarn tail so that at the end of the round you will pull on the yarn tail to cinch the center closed. To begin round 1, I will chain 1 and place 12 yarn under single crochet in the circle. You can use the single crochet stitch if you'd like. I suggest you go down a hook size or 2. The yarn under single crochet stitch is tighter and on average makes any project 30% smaller. To make a yarn under single crochet stitch, I'm going to insert the hook into the center of the circle. Instead of yarning over or placing the yarn over the hook, I'm going to place the yarn under the hook, bring up a loop, and I now have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, bring it through the 2 loops on my hook to complete my first yarn under single crochet stitch. Once more, I'm going to insert my hook into the center, yarn under, bring up a loop. I now have 2 loops on my hook, going to yarn over and bring it through the 2 loops on the hook. I have now completed 2 yarn under single crochet stitches. I have placed my stitch marker in the first stitch of round 1 and will continue to move it at the beginning of each round. I will meet you at the end when I have all 12 yarn under single crochet stitches. I have made all 12 yarn under single crochet stitches for round 1, and I will pull the yarn tail to cinch the center closed. That ends round 1. Round 2. I will place 1 yarn under single crochet into the very first stitch and move my stitch marker. In the next stitch, I will make my first bobble stitch. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only. I'm going to repeat that 3 more times for a total of 5 loops on my hook. Yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and for the last time, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops. I now have 5 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. I will place 1 yarn under single crochet in the next 2 stitches. In the next 6 stitches, I will repeat the pattern of 1 bobble stitch and 1 yarn under single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 bobble stitch here, 1 yarn under single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 bobble stitch here, 1 yarn under single crochet in the next 2 stitches. I will meet you at the end of the yarn under single crochet. In the next stitch, I will make 1 bobble stitch. In the last stitch, I will make 1 yarn under single crochet. That ends round 2. Round 3. I will place 2 yarn under single crochet into the very first stitch. And place my stitch marker into the first stitch. Going around the bobble stitches, I will place 2 yarn under single crochet stitches in each stitch around for a total of 16 yarn under single crochet stitches for round 3. I will meet you at the end when I have all 16 yarn under single crochet stitches. I'm here at the end of round 3. I'm going to go around the bobble stitch to make my last 2 yarn under single crochets for a total of 16 yarn under single crochets for round 3. This ends round 3. Round 4. In the first stitch, I will place 1 yarn under single crochet. In the next stitch, I will place 2 yarn under single crochet, or make an increase. I will repeat the pattern of 1 yarn under single crochet stitch and 2 yarn under single crochet stitches all the way around until I have a total of 24 yarn under single crochet stitches for round 4. I will meet you at the end when I have all of my stitches. I have made all 24 yarn under single crochet stitches for round 4. This ends round 4. For rounds 5 through 7, I will place 1 yarn under single crochet stitch in each stitch around. I will meet you at the end of round 7. Round 8. If you're planning on making a cauldron with a drip effect or the look of hair, I would join the color in this round and continue with the next instructions. I will place 1 yarn under single crochet into the first stitch. I will make an invisible decrease using the next 2 stitches. To make an invisible decrease, I will place my hook under the front loop of the next stitch, under the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over and bring it through the first 2 loops on my hook. I will yarn over and bring it through the last 2 loops to finish the invisible decrease. I will continue with this pattern of 1 yarn under single crochet stitch and 1 invisible decrease stitch for a total of 8 yarn under single crochet stitches and 8 invisible decreases for round 8. I will meet you at the end of the round. I finished my stitches for round 8. I recommend at this point tightening the magic ring and weaving in the tail. I'm going to leave the tail in there as extra filler. At this point, you can also put your safety eyes, embroider any facial features, even adding the cauldron handles, and then placing your filler. I, however, will be placing buttons, and I'm going to place my filler first so I can place my buttons where I want to after the filler, because it does stretch it out a little bit and make it a slightly more rounder shape. Also, it helps me figure out where to put the cauldron handles. In round 9, I will be working in the back loops only to give it this flat surface. If you made the join for hair in round 8, you don't need to work in the back loops only. You can work into both loops to give it this more round look. If you want a smaller top like this jack-o'-lantern or skull, I recommend joining the yarn in round 10. I also didn't work in the back loops to give it that smooth round look. Round 9. I'm going to join the yarn I chose for the liquid center by placing my hook underneath the front 2 loops of the last stitch for round 8. I'm going to make a small loop with the new color, put it on the hook, and slide it through the front 2 loops. To give the cauldron a flat surface, I will make 1 yarn under single crochet stitch in the back loop only of each stitch around, for a total of 16 yarn under single crochet stitches for round 9. After a few stitches, I will pull on the orchid colored yarn to tighten the join. I will meet you at the end of round 9. I'm here at the end of round 9. I will take the yarn tails from the join, knot them together, and tuck them inside. This ends round 9. Round 10. I will make an invisible decrease using the first 2 stitches and repeat the pattern 7 more times for a total of 8 invisible decreases for round 10. I will meet you at the end of the round. I'm here at the end of round 10 and I'm going to place 1 slip stitch into the very first invisible decrease I made. I'm going to trim the yarn, leaving about 6 to 8 inch piece. I'm going to pull the loop straight out, tighten that down. This ends round 10. Round 11. I have threaded the yarn tail and will close the top. I will place the needle under the front loop of the next stitch and pull the yarn through. I will repeat this in each stitch and I will meet you at the end of the round. I will finish the round by placing my needle under the first stitch and pull to cinch the center closed. I will weave the yarn through the top a couple of times. And bring it through the cauldron to the bottom. I will pull the yarn slightly . This is your blank canvas to create your own monster cauldron. I have completed the finishing touches to my cauldron. First, I added the novelty buttons by tying them to the cauldron and then gluing them in place. Next, I added a couple of cauldron handles with simple backstitching. Finally, I made a keychain loop by making a chain 7 and tied it to the top. This pattern has endless possibilities for all year-round monster making with practically any yarn. From traditional Halloween monsters like Frankenstein, Dracula, jack-o'-lanterns, skulls, ghosts where you can attach safety eyes, embroider cute facial features, funny and cute fuzzy monsters, basic cauldrons with simple glue-on googly or wiggle eyes, and novelty buttons in case you don't like to embroider, to mythological monsters like the misunderstood Medusa and the popular zombie. This is a basic cauldron pattern that can encourage infinite creativity. I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial of my Create Your Own Monster Cauldron. Thanks again for visiting my channel, Crocheting Around My Kitchen Table. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when I upload a new video tutorial. Thanks again for watching.